Hi, everybody. This is a poker coaching study session. We are studying No Limit Cash. We are playing the 50-cent $1 game on Ignition. And because this is on Ignition, 24 hours later, we get to see everyone's hands and how they actually played. So we're not going to guess here. We're going to know how our opponents actually play, how close to GTO it is. And unfortunately, we're also going to see how I play and how far away from GTO that is. But that's not the important thing. The important thing is how other people are playing, not criticizing my play. May I make that clear? It's not all about criticizing me. That's not what this is about. We saw
Not
this,
yet, at least.
not yet. So this is the hand we left off last week, where small blind raised, call with a jack-8 suited, seems perfectly fine and normal. Flop top pair with a weak kicker. He's betting into us, no reason to raise. Lose to the 2 pair, lose that many chips, but luckily 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 comes in and he checks. So we only lose 10 big blinds, 10 and a half big blinds on this hand that we could have lost a lot more on. Next hand, let's see what should happen. So ace 5 should fold, 7, 7 should raise, 10, 4 should fold, jack 8 should fold, queen 7 should defend. Queen 7 should defend by calling. That's what I say. Let's see if they do. Fold, raise, fold, call. Great. All right. After the flop, everybody flops nothing. We're going to get a check here. The 7s could bet here. They could check. And if the bet is small enough, queen 7, 3 to a flush, a dangler, a lower dangler to the king. I think just fold. I don't think you call this, and I don't think you check raise this.
I
Anybody
think
want to call?
this, I think with this range, this texture,
Yeah,
sevens can choose to use a big sizing here, but
yeah.
they choose to go small, which might work.
Right. And the thing that you're seeing on this sizing is the king, is the magical king, right?
Yeah, I think it's because it's a magical king, and in theory, there shouldn't be any twos and not many threes in big blinds defending range.
Well, yeah, he's not going to play the offsuit 2s or the offsuit 3s. He'll any of them. You shouldn't even be playing the offsuit ace deuce here. Um, but he will have pocket 2s and pocket 3s that 7s won't have very often. But generally the 2 and 3 are a blank, so really the king is the only card. And if you have a 2 or a 3, maybe you call one time, you can get bluffed off it. So it seems safe for the 7s to bet. And betting this small. Anybody continuing with queen 7 suited here? I'm just folding. And
Yeah, I don't think you have enough here.
he continues, which I think is going to slow the 7s down hard. Let's see where it goes. The deuce. Check. Right now, I think 7s should check behind. They do. And they should call most rivers. And the queen 7. Let's see. Is this guy going to play the old float the flop? And if he checks on the turn, you blast the river? Nope. And that's it. So the 7's left himself one way to win, which was by hitting a queen, and that's not enough ways. You also have to bluff. Right. Next hand. Fold, raise, fold is what should happen. But it doesn't. Queen 3 off is 100% not in the raising range in any reasonable chart, small blind versus big blind. I'm saying that the big blind defense there is queen 8.
Oh,
Queen,
we've got a broken stack. He's a
oh, he's
we've got
broken. Okay, so he can do whatever he wants. You're right.
a fish.
Right. He's got a broken stack and he's playing this way. My memory is queen 8 does some 3-betting here. And no calling. Queen 8 is one of those hands that it's raise or fold. Queen 9 mixes raises and calls. That's my memory. I could be wrong. But as played, with a 3-bet that small, jack 8 suited, you don't fold. And he doesn't.
No, the 3-bet's too small.
Right. And the queen is rescued by the combination of hitting a queen and the jack 8 missing. Check. Let's see. He better play it as marginally made and call if the other guy ever bluffs him. Nope. And is jack 8 ever going for it? Nope. He doesn't want it. There we go. But
This is the second hand in which he was timid, I think.
yeah, right. He was the
Villain
queen.
94.
Good point. And we now get to see the queen 3 bet. We should notice that. We should now play a little differently here.
Yeah.
And the adjustment I think to make here is that maybe I don't want to raise the bottom of my range on the button because he's calling too wide. And here's the adjustment I won't make. Maybe when you're in the top half of your range, maybe switch your bet size from 2.5 to 3 or 3.5, and maybe he'll call it. We'll see.
Yeah, so,
I mean,
quick question for you.
Yeah.
So I wonder if we need to tighten our range against a wider range, especially when we're in position.
No, I was just about to say, if I saw this hand,
Mhm.
I would put a note that I want to four bet him wide.
Right, but do you want to, but my question was this, do you want to, on our button, when we're going for steals, do you want to continue to steal with the bottom of our range?
Yeah,
Okay. Tell me why. I totally agree with the 4-bet wider. I totally
I'm
agree.
in position. Um, I can definitely outplay him. I can like if I see a three bet like this, I'm going to test him with a four bet.
Mhm.
There's
Now,
also,
if he does something and comes over the top of me with a five bet, that might make me start reassessing my strategy. But right now, I'm going to keep my range normal to open and just four bet him light.
Cool. That is it.
I may even four bet him with range.
That is a ballsy adjustment. Let's see if I make it or how it's working if anybody else comes in with it. I
another
like
comment here is that um, the quality of our different hand combos, class of our hands changes against the 40 big blind stack, right? So
Yeah.
suited connectors go down, big cards go up.
Right. King Jack offsuit goes up in value because we don't care about being against Ace Jack and Ace King as much because it's only 40 big blinds, and suited aces and suited connectors all go down a little bit because we just don't have the multiple for hitting them. Also, small pairs go down.
Yeah, we don't have implied odds.
Yep.
Sorry, mic check, mic check.
Yep. Mike. Hi, Mike. Your mic is there. All right.
Oh, okay, sorry, I had to disconnect my
Okay. Good.
mic wasn't working.
There would be a sliver of in the hot. This is the cutoff. The cutoff has a sliver, a tiny bit of Jack 9 offsuit raising. But not this combo for me. So I should be folding this. I do. Now 10-9 should be raising 100% of the time. We'll see what the Ace 8 does. It should be a fold there. But we'll see. And we'll see what the Jack 4 does. All right, here we go. So he limps. So
What
we
a
have
tailor you have.
two fish to our left, which is where fish belong. I mean, we'd prefer everybody to be on our right. It'd be nice if no one was ever on your left. All right, so there's that. The Ace 8 now is definitely not folding. We'll see if he three bets it. Nope. He three bets King 3, but he calls the Ace 8. And Jack 4. Maybe you look at this and go, their ranges are squeezable, but I think Jack 4 is just so
Nah.
terrible you don't do it.
You're just happy you could check and see
Yeah.
a free flop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, what if we're in the small blind here with Ace 8 off with a full stack? What do you guys think?
Three bet, squeeze him.
Yeah, I think this is
Yeah,
Yeah, I like
going
the
to your
squeeze.
ISO bluff range.
ISO. Yeah, I said squeeze, but I meant ISO. Yeah, ISO from out of position and extra big,
So would you say any offsuit ace here?
Sure. Sure.
Almost. I mean, when I look at it, I'm like, I ask myself, does he raise anything better than this hand? And when you consider that he's probably going to raise eights plus, and he's probably going to raise any better aces, then this is good enough.
Yeah, I
Now,
think this eights are good cutoffs
Ace
here. I
2
think.
is different. I mean, because that's just many more hands. And like, does he limp every pair? Does he limp every ace?
Joey, you had a really, really nice heuristic when in position deciding to ISO. And it was take your seat, go back 2 places, and if you open the hand, you can ISO it. Is there a similar thing for when you're out of position?
Well, against anybody but cutoff or button. I would move it back to like under the gun 9, like a very tight range.
Very tight range when you're out of position.
But when a button limps, I would get more aggressive in the small blind.
Right. And here's the adjustment that I would make to that, which is if we see somebody who is not limping every hand, so they have a raising range, it's important that they do. We see them limping regularly and their limps are really trash. So they're not the king 10 offsuit, pocket threes. We're seeing hands that are just not even on the charts to play there. Jack 3 offsuit, queen deuce suited. Then I think can really greatly expand all of your ISO range, even the out of position one, because even out of position, they just have to fold so much to the first bet and they have to fold so much on the flop. And I think there's money to be made there, even out of position against that bad a limper.
Yeah, I think you can mix in ISOs with any of the any offsuit ace X combos. Maybe
Yeah.
just cut out some of the weakest ace 6 offsuit, ace 3, ace 4 offsuit and whatnot, but definitely raising with the suited wheel aces.
And king
Yeah,
jack and
that's where I
king
was at.
jack-
I was thinking ace 6 and worse, just fold.
Okay,
Mhm.
with the ace 5
Suited
itself.
or offsuit?
Offsuit, yeah, offsuit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, suited anything. You can suited any ace. And I think on your kings, king
Yeah.
jack offsuit, easy raise. King 10 offsuit, think about it. Think about how he's playing.
Is king, oh, sorry, you said king jack offsuit. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is from out of position there. From in position, I just love Joey's go 2 back. And then add on to that, go 2 back and then see how you feel about it.
Sure.
All right, so here we go. So he calls and the jack 4 exploits by seeing the flop, something he never should have gotten. Never should have gotten to any of that 22% equity, 25% equity he should have never realized. And there we go. Who wants it? Check, check, check. We've seen a lot of passive play from these guys, nobody going for it. Check, check. The 10-9 should so be bluffing here.
Oh,
Nope.
yeah.
Nope, there we go. And just hands it to the ace 8 to win with oh, good job, jack 4. It may not work, but it's big enough. And it doesn't.
It should have worked.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, the 8 should not have really called there.
Right.
Seems like a
guess
bad call.
But I guess the 8 is saying that if he had the king, he would have bet it already. If he had the queen, he would have bet that. So now I have the best 8. And
Just a
also,
weak hand overall from everyone.
yeah, I think if the jack 4, I mean, the jack 4 knew he didn't have showdown value. It's just hard. It was just hard to make that believable bluff on that run out. That was,
Yep.
Yeah, what hands does he want to do this with? Let's see if he limps aces. Fold.
Do any of you guys squeeze with that jack 4 offsuit versus 2 limps from the big blind?
No, it's way too weak.
Yeah.
Okay. What are your junkiest squeezing combos or ISO combos look like?
In general, I would be like pocket 8s plus, ace 10, king queen in that area.
So it's still very top heavy versus
Yeah, 'cause-
button and small
'Cause
blind limp.
You're out of position to the button.
Yeah, it's
Let's
reasonable.
take a moment for a shout out to the Robbie though.
And I would go, it might be wrong, but I do know that if I'm if I'm
I think the
seeing,
next person that brings up the Robbie should be muted for 10 as a punishment.
I feel lucky that I don't know what the Robbie is.
you just got muted. You brought it up. And I would go, in reality, I bet that I would play wider than Joey just said, because I would look at the limpers and I would be thinking, maybe wrongly, but I'd be thinking, your range is garbage, your play is garbage, and I own this table. Probably,
Yeah, sure.
but that's what I would be feeling, and I would probably do that until somebody slapped me back into my place and showed me that I didn't. Like villain 95 might do on this hand. 8-7 suited in the hijack. Plays, I raise it about 25% of the time in that position.
That's the cutoff.
Oh, sorry, in the cutoff. In the cutoff, it's all 8-7 suited is also 25%. So I'm gonna play that. I'm sorry, 25, did I say 25? No, 12.5% is how often I'm playing that.
Playing it 100%.
There you go.
Yeah, that seems like it should be higher, but
Yeah,
what do I know? I'm a tournament player.
I'll just show you I'll just
Yeah,
show.
solvers will have it at a pretty
I
low
don't-
frequency.
I don't necessarily play by the charts.
You don't have to. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just pointing out the chart, both because it is a thing to look at and also because it's a thing that I
Like
bought.
I said before, to me, it's a guideline.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. But there it is at 10.2 and I'm playing at 12.5.
This is
Yeah,
cutoff
but if
RFI
you
100
click on the-
effective.
If you click on the cutoff, Scotty, it's gonna go up a
Wow.
little bit
Oh,
more.
geez, I'm in the wrong place. Cutoff. Yeah, there it
Oh,
is.
okay.
Cutoff quarter. It's a quarter.
Okay.
Why
I
do
was
I
gonna
not?
say that is a tight RFI range.
Yeah, why do I think the 8-7? I gotta look that up. Let me put a note to myself here. Because I memorized this range differently and see why I did that. Okay. 8-7 suited, cutoff RFI, 25%. Plus.
You know, generally in tournaments from cutoff, you're suited 8s and then offsuit 9s plus. So this is a
Oh, yeah.
little bit tighter
A little
here.
tighter. Yeah, a little tighter.
Oh, yeah, well, you're also facing rake in cash games that you're not
Yeah.
facing.
Rake and no
absolutely.
antes.
In
I
tournaments,
just started grinding cash. I've been a tournament
And-
player my whole life, and I've been grinding cash for about the past, like, I don't know, 2 weeks or so. So it's been a very jarring transition, but
Yeah.
I'm
Actually,
finding my
I-
feet.
I made the transition as an experiment like last July. And I don't know if I want to go back to tournaments.
Oh, I'm loving cash, dude. It's
I
great.
mean, it seems so easy now.
Your
Yep.
day is your own. That's the other thing about it. Your hours are your own and they aren't in a tournament.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Okay.
also, the strategy is more interesting. I mean, a lot of choices in tournaments.
I'm
are
also
very
playing for a
binary.
living too. It's incredibly
However you
difficult to
call.
sustain your pay your bills from low stakes tournaments too. It's a lot easier from cash tables.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, well,
Right.
you know how like streaks of losses in playing MTTs can be ungodly sometimes.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just ugly.
And even when you look at when you say I'm playing well, I can tell by my big blinds per hour win rate and big blinds per 100 win rate. But then you go, but my tournament win rate is 0 still.
Hmm.
Playing in these big fields. I think this 8-7 suited, by the way, what he's going to do is call here. I think he's going to limp. I think the aces are going to raise him. And I think they're going to raise him smaller than standard. And we'll see what happens. That's my opinion. And then the queen 9 and 9-3 will fold. Check. Goes for the raise. Come on, 3-bet him. There's a real 3-bet. 3-bet's actually too big. And he gets to
I
take it.
wouldn't go there.
Yeah, not, and 9 is the standard there. All right.
Okay.
Jack-6 fold, 4-3 suited, fold. 100% there.
Let's
Ace-3
see
off,
if our limper does his limp.
right. Ace-3, yeah, if he limps the 4-3. Ace-3 offsuit is a raise on the button for me, 75% of the time. And the ace of spades is there, so I'm doing it. But no one's asking me because it's not my hand. Here we go. Fold. There's a raise, he takes it. And Ace-7 versus the button is an absolute play. And it should be calling about 75% of the time and raising about 25% of the time or more. Let me think. Let me just picture the range in my mind.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
half and half. Ace-7 should be half and half here. Let's see if I'm right. Just as I remember this stupid raise. There's a
Hey,
raise from the but hold
if
on.
If
I
you
know
want to
why.
get to my
Yeah.
my 3-bet stats, you can't think like go half.
No,
just
you just
think,
do it all
"Oh,
the time."
This is a decent hand to 3-bet him with.
Right, and so you just do it.
Yeah.
Yep. But what I'm doing right now is I'm not trying to optimize my play. I'm trying to learn these new ranges so I can deviate from them later when I actually know them.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing here. So there's the 50-50 I was trying to remember.
Mhm.
And for me, 50-50 means that, and I'm trying to be responsible to myself to actually do the 50-50. So I should call this. And I should call this because of its suit.
What do you use black for 50-50?
When I work with you guys online, I use clubs, hearts, spades, spades, hearts, clubs, diamonds. In that spades, hearts, diamonds, clubs. I use the bridge order. Spades, hearts, club, diamonds, clubs. And when I play on any place where I'm not anonymous, I use a different group so that when people who if anybody watches the stream or knows me, can't go and say, if Scotty's in the hand, he has spades here way more than he has clubs. So
Sorry, what's up with that suit order? I don't really know what you're talking about with
you ever
that.
play bridge?
Oh yeah, I love bridge. I know
Right.
what you mean by
So the order of the
but-
majors is spades, hearts, clubs, diamonds, right? Spades, hearts, diamonds, clubs, right?
yeah, where does that come into play in the poker hand?
So what I'm
Confused.
doing is I'm randomizing I'm trying to randomize my
Oh, okay. I
random
gotcha.
number
I
generator.
gotcha.
I'm looking at the suit of the cards. And the
Gotcha.
suit
I
of
just
cards-
use an RNG. I keep a
Yeah.
random number generator open.
Oh, yeah, I don't.
That's a
use-
really
I
good
use the
system.
I use the card system as well.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
And-
and I always look at the left card.
Yeah,
Or when
exactly.
I'm playing live, the top card.
I'm looking at the left card, and the reason that I'm doing it is not for poker reasons. I'm doing it for poker study reasons, so that I can go back and when I see a hand, I can know why I did something. Like what
Okay, understood.
So I should look at this and if I want to go 50-50, if this was ace of hearts or ace of spades, I'd be raising him. Ace of diamonds or ace of clubs, I would be calling. But apparently either I hadn't decided this then, or I memorized the
Okay.
thing then. I was, or I was just in a
But-
mood.
So
But
it's to keep in line with the frequencies and use the bridge suit order as like your own
Exactly.
your own reference, your
Yeah.
own guidance.
And then I'm
Yeah,
not I'm not using the bridge suit order when I play live or anywhere else because because I would be so easy to play against if I did it other places. But this site's anonymous. So
Yeah, gotcha.
nobody knows who I am from game to game. All right. But we do the raise and it should certainly work. And it does, and I'm very happy. Ace 9 in the hijack is
The-
there. That
Little
you could
early.
raise ace 9 in the hijack, and it's not 100%.
Yeah, I may lean to fold.
Yeah,
this.
it's
I like ace 10 plus personally.
yeah, well, ace 7
Yeah.
plus is the solid range. Their ace 9 there's 25% ace 9 in the hijack.
Okay.
Look at it. Look at the 25% of ace 9. It's 50% ace 9. Why do I not know my range?
Oh wow.
25. Yep, it's 20. It's 50. Now I'm remembering why. Without touching.
I'm usually really aggressive, but this is from that position. This is not really a hand I like to play with.
That's fine to fold it. I mean, I'm sure it's zero. I mean, I'm sure it's zero if you want to look at let's look at the, sorry, not change.
One down, mate.
Yeah, let's
Chris,
look at
yeah.
strategy plus EV. Yeah, I mean, it's zero. But it's a nice looking zero. If he raises this, the sevens probably are not enough to 3-bet it if you're playing a 3-bet or fold. If you have a calling strategy in the cutoff, calling the sevens seems great.
However,
But if you don't, I don't think it's a 3-bet.
let me explain the situation where I would open it.
Yeah.
You see the two people in the blind?
Yes.
All right, make the other two people in the blinds instead of them. The
Mhm.
26 VPIP and it's 17 VPIP.
Right.
That's when I
This
would
is
expand
great.
my range a bit.
And he's
They're
gonna
under defending.
he's got a V of 75. It's only 4 hands, but he's playing this ace 9. He's not folding.
Oh yeah, him.
I'm so wrong. I'm so wrong. All right. Now the sevens have a clear open. The sixes have an easy call. King 4 needs to fold. Queen 3 needs to fold. They do. And it's now the hand just plays out.
Oh, whoa. Why is
Whoa,
he calling if he's gonna fold there?
that's bad.
Sizing probably scared him.
Yeah.
But
All right.
like what is Mr. Sevens betting that sizing with his value
Right.
combos? So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we assume
Hilarious.
he did it because he has the
look at
best
his
hand now and
stats.
it's vulnerable.
He's probably the old fashioned no set, no bet when he's playing hands like that.
But boy, what about straight draws? Well, he has no club. He has no club, but the straight draw, he's still got to call one, doesn't he?
Yeah,
I think so. There's a lot of call flop and then fold versus turn
Oh,
barrel with that
yeah.
six,
This is
six,
a
I would
horrible
think.
fold.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Raise, fold, fold. Ace nine is not is not folding there. And it's probably just a call, probably. Yeah, it's ace nine. Of course it's a call.
I think it mixes a little.
Does it? Well,
Yeah, that's gonna be
how about that?
What
How
is
about
the
that
three
for
bet
that?
frequency versus an under the gun open ace nine suited on the button?
All right. Two things. One is, my suggestion is to change your language in your own head. Don't call that under the gun, call it low jack.
Okay, yeah.
And not to be pedantic, but in your own head, because you've got this, we all have.
That actually is what I do when I study. I just notice
Good.
most people still call it under the gun, so that's what I called it in group settings.
Yeah, yeah. And I just found that when people said things about under the gun and then they remembered them at a four, they played differently at a six max. They pay low jack differently six max than they do nine max because of the picture of under the gun in their head. So
I
anyway,
gotcha.
but to answer the
Now
question,
playing six max,
I
I
think the
recognize
answer
it as low
is
jack.
11 to 12%.
all right, ace nine, look at it. It's got very few calls.
Oh,
So-
wow. Yeah.
Is there a reason we're looking at the 9 max charts?
Only because they're the ones I memorized. We can go to
Oh.
six max and.
I think,
look
I
more
think the
stupid.
6 max charts will be identical.
They're close. They're really,
Yeah, they shift a little bit,
yeah.
but
I
Well,
guess
I-
there's a slight question of card removal.
There we go. Yep, there's a slight question of card removal. So look at that.
Button.
Yeah.
Click.
Nah. Stop it. Look at that. Very, very similar. All right. So,
Only 8%. That's kind of.
Yeah. so I like my actual three betting game. I don't like it against his hand. And I like his call. Both, I think it's correct. And I like the fact that he didn't four bet me off my,
Are you guys
Did-
four betting with
I
jacks
now
there?
have lots of it. I have lots.
Well, he's got a broken stack, so that changes everything.
Yeah.
But generally I would call.
He checks. I'm betting after the three bet. He's gonna probably jam on me. No. Great. Check. I think I'm gonna check and take my equity. Would be nice. I do. He checks. And I can certainly bluff now. I guess I have showdown with an ace against spades. That could have
On a
kept,
pair.
I don't
on a
know if you
paired
can really
board.
bluff with that after checking that turn, can you?
queen came, changed the top card.
Yeah,
Okay.
Remember, I have a 10 here. I checked the turn because he calls with eights. He doesn't bet his eight. My 10 is good now. I have queens in my bluff range. So,
Yeah, no, I guess that's reasonable.
I mean, it's not gonna work.
queen, a queen is a better card for the button, 3-bet range than
Yeah, for sure.
high, low jack.
But I decided,
Yeah.
that ace nine was equity. And decided that I wanted to lose the hand. So,
I wonder if you have such an overpair advantage in this situation, especially when he doesn't four bet. If you can continue to barrel turn.
I can,
I totally get wanting to realize your equity, but
I can barrel turn here. But even with an overpair, I might want to do bet, check, bet. When the
Yeah,
eight
with-
pairs.
When the 8 pairs, that kind of makes
Right.
me want to slow down a little
Yeah.
too.
okay.
Second pair pairing is just better for the caller. They call with, if they're playing the way we learned to play, they call with their second pairs, they check raise with their top pairs, some of them. We check our second pairs that we flop and we bet our top pairs. So,
Okay.
not saying everybody plays like that, but just as
So the way I look at the 8 is that I'm thinking he now has less sets. He only has one combo of 8s now, as opposed
Mhm.
to.
Do we bet 100% on that flop?
I have
No,
some flop
no.
questions here.
no,
No,
you
I don't
won't.
think we bet that 100%, but with this hand, I think it's a good, hand to do it with. What was your
I
size
really
of
like
that?
betting the flop with the 9, and yeah, I was gonna ask what your process is
Yeah.
for sizing this here.
so little less than half. That's my total thought process. It's 40%, but I'm not thinking 40%. I'm just
Are
thinking,
you,
I
eight-
want to do a little bit less than half. That's all I thought.
that wasn't aiming to like, get put villain at SPR 1.0 on the turn and set
No,
up for a
I-
turn jam or anything like that?
I wasn't thinking that deeply,
Okay,
or at least I didn't when we just ran through it now. I'm not aware enough of short stacks.
okay.
Like as I'm looking
Cause
on, the table-
that's, sorry, cause like these are some of the trickiest spots I found transitioning to cash games. I'm super comfortable short stacks, but it's these 3-bet pots where it's like, I mean, this one's fine. I would have no issue with this one because I have the OESD, but it's just
Yeah.
like on these weird boards where I don't really have much range interaction, and especially ones that miss my combo entirely, like I feel obligated to be continuing, obviously, because it's a 3-bet pot. But it's usually these types of boards that I find really tricky. This is a really nice combo for this one here.
Does
So
it
we-
make sense to look at
let's
this or
run
should
this
we
one.
wait for another hand?
let's run this one. Let's
There's
put
a lot
this.
of questions about
If I'm
sizing
those
here.
jacks, I'm ripping it on that small bet of yours.
Oh, you should. You should. And I should
Yeah, he
consider
should,
calling
he
you with
should have
my,
probably.
and I
Yeah, with
should,
his stacks for sure.
yeah. And given the
But
size
I-
of the rip, I probably am gonna call you with my open-ended straight draw, over pair, over card. And
Mhm.
backdoor flush. I'll probably call
Backdoor,
you.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
have an argument for betting 5 instead of 8.
Can
I
you
want-
can you do the run out real quick, Scott?
Yeah.
Like to hear that argument.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, on boards where a straight flops, where any combinations that the low jack may have in his range, jack 9 suited is in range.
Right.
You are supposed to go smaller with your betting.
That makes sense.
And
Lock
then
of
with
equity.
his stack being so short, you reduce it even a little bit more.
Fair enough. Now, when we run,
So-
this, are we gonna run? I think when we run this, we're gonna be running it 100 versus 100. Or do they have?
Yeah,
a-
we are.
We can look at, I don't know if we could look post flop at they have pre-flop like at 40.
Yeah, let's see if it lets us run. We'll try it once you set it up.
GTO Wiz will find the closest sim if you upload it.
Yeah,
Like they'll have a pretty similar stack dynamic sim.
Are you guys ready?
Well,
yep, we're ready.
well, in cash, they don't have that same like they do in MTTs.
So we just grind it we just put it in by hand.
What,
And
it's
we
all
don't-
even stacks?
I mean, Larry.
And we don't have. Larry, we
You
don't have
guys-
the membership that will let us solve.
Via uploads? Or via 40 big blinds?
Yeah, see if we can upload this one.
I think
We
you
can, I can upload 50 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, try this one because the stack's broken. See if it helps us give a better answer.
Well, let's do, because we'll just do a change on the stack size.
Yeah, we can just change the sex.
Because uploading it's gonna require me sending the text to Larry and
Oh,
like that. And
All
since we-
right, so this is 100 big blinds. You guys want to see 40
Yeah,
big
let's
blinds
do it.
effective?
let's do it, yeah, let's do it at
I
100.
don't know if 40 big blinds it'll do post flop.
So let's run
Okay,
this.
let's
one.
let's
it.
just run this through.
Yeah.
This is more about theory anyway, so.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much of an educational experience it is looking at 40 big blinds because it's,
Yeah,
not
it's
super
not that
common.
often that you come across broken stacks.
so
We're gonna
we
do-
know that this
you
is
know-
a good flop for the UTG or for low jack. Because we've got.
Well, it doesn't have those hands in range that I mentioned. So the sizing might not be as small as I said.
So we'll see this. Look
It's
at,
still gonna be small though, and there's gonna be a lot of checking, is my prediction.
Yeah, so low jack does have a significant range advantage here on this flop.
Yeah, because we're not 3-betting 10s, 8s, and 7s in
right,
that spot, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you can see it here with hands. I mean, UTG has a significant set advantage compared to us.
Yeah, they have tremendous nut advantage.
yeah.
Our
And
nut
If you look at
advantage.
that
Equity
85 if you look at 85% and up,
Yeah, right here. Yeah, this is a really good, that's why they get so many
oh, he
dogs.
could donk right into the 3-better here comfortably.
Yeah.
And he does across this entire range, but he chose the green, which is not solver breaking. Good for him.
It's across his entire range he's doing.
Yeah. And well,
So, check. So
We're
our
not
combo
asking.
with the open end, yeah, we're going a little crazy with our OESD.
It's 9, yep, there we are. And the
Yeah,
size,
so-
and let's see how the sizes, let's see how the suits affect the sizes. They're all,
It doesn't.
it doesn't care.
For some reason, it's having you not having ace nine suited.
That's of spades. It's because
Oh,
it,
okay.
why do I not have ace 9 of spades?
It was an OSD, that's a different class of hands.
Oh, you did that, okay. You just looked at this
Yeah,
one.
he had a,
filter.
filter on that. We didn't know
Gotcha.
was on.
Okay,
It's a
Great.
combo draw. So
Yeah.
if you go to combo draws, just out of
Now
curiosity.
just look at it without,
but that's great. Yeah, with the spades, you just say, give me the hand, and if you get, if you get check raised, you go, great, let's just go all in.
So yeah, so I'm just curious about flush draws as well.
And so the size is 5 and 8, so kinda good.
Yeah. So what did you choose in game? 5?
Goes the 8,
It was, okay, you went like a half pot, right?
yeah, went just under
And
half.
it-
pot.
and then typically with smaller stacks, we do shrink our sizing a little bit.
Yeah. And his jack,
So his check raises are plenty of jacks check raising here.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Queens
if you
less
make this
so,
a 40 big blind starting stack, I bet that check raise goes way up.
Yeah, I bet you're right. Calls. 8 of clubs.
Yep.
I think you continue, my guess is that we continue to barrel here,
he checks.
full stacks, but I could be wrong. You know, we can mix.
Yep, we can mix
What was our
majority
combo?
of checks from my combo. So,
Diamond,
yeah, so fine with the play.
yeah, you're fine with realizing equity here.
River is the queen of clubs, I believe.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at this turn a little bit. I'm
Oh.
curious where our barrels are coming from. So, yeah, so we're barreling all of our value, which is up in this region.
All the overpairs. Overpairs never slow down. But
Yeah,
what about the 10s? What about our 10s? Top pairs.
they're gonna barrel. Well, that's tough.
Yeah,
No,
set.
that's top set.
No,
That's
look
how
at,
now boat.
look at them. They slow down. Look at the,
Go back to breakdown.
yeah, look at that ace 10, king 10, queen 10. Everybody slows down except for jack 10.
Now go down to top pair. Oh, stay,
You're getting frustrated today, Joey. We'll get there. We'll
There,
get there. Be
half
patient with me.
top pairs.
Overpair and top pair.
Overpairs don't slow down.
Overpairs are going, top pair here is mixed.
And it's 50-50 across the, weighted for what we actually have. It's about 50-50 check to bet.
Yeah. Jack 10 is interesting. I don't know why Jack 10. It's
Sure,
got a
yeah.
gut shot.
Got a gut shot to go with it. And it would love to get a queen 10 to fold. Probably won't get it, but it would love it.
Yeah. Anything else you want to see on this turn, guys?
nah.
Okay,
No,
so check. And then
Queen of
queen
clubs.
of clubs, right?
Yep.
I wonder if where his blocker, yeah, he's got tremendous, he's doing more blocker betting than he is anything else. I was thinking this is a situation. I didn't think he'd blocker his entire range. Which is surprising.
Yeah.
But
He's got some full houses in there that quads and
Yeah.
full houses that he's going all in.
yeah, you're right. He's mixing with his eights.
But he found the
Oh,
sliver
that's quads.
of checks with his jacks.
I wonder what so this is his shove. Alright, sevens here. I guess unblocking an 8. But then he's blocking, but then he's going to. But then he's going to match that. Let's see where this crazy bluff is from. This suicide bluff.
It looked like
6-5.
6-5.
Yeah, interesting. Alright, so he chose to check. I think most people would probably check here.
Yep.
But this blocker, this range blocker is something I don't think we see very often.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you bluffing now? Let's look at your combo first. Yeah. So
Hey!
you played
Oh.
well.
I am king of the losers. I feel
So
so good right now.
You lose like a pro.
Thank God.
filters. Trash hands. Yeah, so these are where, so we're getting some bluffs. King, jack. I don't really know these having blockers of importance.
They lose to all the other aces.
Yeah, they get better. Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Good point. The kicker here is driving this behavior.
Yep, the kicker's there, and then the king and then the king trying to get an ace to fold is driving the other one. With a-
Whereas
and
if we
jack
look
off.
at the ace high, yeah, you're right. These aces are a good enough kicker to try to get to showdown.
Yeah.
Including yours.
Yep.
As opposed to over here.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Anything
One
you-
quick question about this turn here. When we get that 8 of clubs turn and low jack villain goes check raise, what is our overpairs responses? What are our overpairs responses?
Okay, can you repeat that question?
Yeah, so turn we get the 8 of clubs, low jack check raises. What do our overpairs do?
On turn?
They cry.
Yeah.
So what size do you want Button to use for his betting?
So he is a smaller stack. Oh no, this is 100 effective.
Yeah.
Just like a standard, 3x sort
Well,
of
his
thing, or a
most-
standard
He's polarizing
geometric.
here.
Yeah.
Go with the,
Okay.
most used,
Yeah, the
So-
highest frequency.
So
Okay.
he's gonna polarize. If he's gonna bet, he's gonna polarize to U75.
because the larger you bet, the less he's actually gonna check raise.
So this, we don't have that many check raises, but if you do, it's gonna be trips,
Draw.
overpair that likes the
chip-
protection.
Yeah, trips plus draw. The bluff. The bluff that blocks a straight.
Yeah, bluffs are like king jack. Well, it's not really a bluff. What's a semi bluff? So these are, so the king jack, these flush draws,
Mm-hmm.
two overs,
Mhm.
and then trips.
Awesome.
But that's him. Now he
Yeah,
won't, you
but
won't
what-
see how we
What do we
respond.
do with our
Yeah,
value
If he
range?
does this,
Okay, so
us,
our only shove, the only size it's using is a shove.
Okay,
So if we shove, we
no,
want to,
no, no, we don't, no, look at look at our board. He wants to see what UTG does after the, oh, there's the
now,
check,
we're in the right one.
the button. No, you're
Move
right.
away from
Yep.
this.
so the only check raise size for low jack was a shove.
Right,
And this is what we're heroing.
Because we went polarized. Right, now, but put us on the button and bet 50. We have.
I don't
I
think
don't-
we use, we
I don't
can, but I don't
there
think we use
wasn't
that
many
size.
50 in range.
No, you're right. It's checks and polarized. Right,
We
There
don't
you go.
really use that.
you're right. So he jams on us.
He jams on us,
And what
these
do
are
we
our hero call.
And we
I'm
call,
surprised all the overcalls or all the overpairs are calls.
yep,
Yeah, I would say that, so we need about, so what's our, so. When he jams. Our pot odds are 30%, and that correlates to right here, our threshold.
Okay, that impacts it heavily.
and the reason is because because of the 3-bet pot and the polarizing nature of our turn, our response we have an SPR of take all my money.
Yeah. I gotcha. Okay.
Yes, we have an.
Well, that makes
SPR
sense.
Pot odds of take all my money.
Before we get
Okay.
away from this thing, let's see if we can look at it at 40 and see how crazy it gets. Just go to the change, keep everything in, and just see if it even lets us do it.
Alright, I think I can do this once a day.
All right. Well,
Did he start at 40 or 50?
I'll let you know right now. He started at $45.
Alright,
Ugh,
you
568.
choose.
Give him 50. 45.
Okay, that's it.
All right,
We killed it. We had to stay at 40. But we
Okay.
can do as many 100 big blinds we
all
want
right, that's
today.
fine.
but
Okay,
We can't do, we can't
If
If
do.
there's any spot you really, really want to run, I can pull it up in mine too.
Alright,
okay.
do you have cash?
Yeah,
doing-
We were talking about, sometime in the near future, we wanna start a,
Hold on for a second, Joey. Just hold on for 1 second. I'm gonna stop the recording here for a second because there's something wrong with my computer.
okay.